There are a number of useful time and date functions worth just pursuing slightly when looking to manipulate dates and times in Excel. If we take the time-date functions file and look at firstly the timesheet, this has a number of times in different formats. The format's not really an issue now. We know all about different formatting in time. Don't forget the colon. What we can do with functions is strip out of that time hour element, the minute element, and the second element. So to find out what hour we are currently dealing with when we look at a single cell, we can say equals hour, open brackets, of that particular cell there, and it will tell me what hour we are in, and it says the hour is 23. I can then replicate that down to work out the hour for each of these. So it's 23, because it's 11 p.m, 9, no hours, 2 a.m. is 2, 9 a.m. 9, and then 14 is 14. We can work out the minute proportion. So equals minute of that cell there is 0. And again, I can replicate and I get just the minute portion of that time. So these functions are useful for ripping, stripping, using parts of a time to do something else with, whatever that might be. And then the last portion we can separate out is the second. So that's equals second of that cell there. And we find that pretty much all of these, except one, has 0 seconds. But that one there has 45. So being able to interrogate part of a time cell may lead us into if formulas for checking if a value is above or below, and then further comments. Now, as well as the ability to effectively extract any of the 3 portions of a time, we can actually put back together time portions by using what's called the time function. Equals time, open brackets, and you can see that it requires 3 parameters, the hour, the minute, and the second, and then it will generate the actual time in time format. So let's take the hour, comma, the minute, comma, the second, and pretty much put these back together. And you see that that comes out as 11 p.m. because of the formatting, but 11 p.m. is the same as 2300 hours. Let's replicate this to the bottom and see that the others match up. 11:15, 9:17 a.m, 12:45 a.m. Because of the formatting of the first cell, when I replicated, the seconds are not displaying. So no hours, 45 and 45 is coming out as 12:45 a.m. I would need to change the format there to see those seconds and possibly remove the AM PM proportion because I'm not interested in that for that particular value. And then we have 2 a.m, 9:15 a.m, and then 2 p.m. So the time has effectively been stuck back together. So the time function allows you to concatenate time elements and turn them back into time, whereas the 3 time functions of hour, minute, and second allows you to extract and therefore interrogate any of the 3 portions of a time cell. In the same vein, we can do similar things with dates. So let's look at sheet 2, dates. Here I can extract the 3 date portions, so the year, the month, and the day. The functions for these are fairly logical. Equals year of that cell there will return me with 1966. Equals month of that cell there returns me with the month, which is 2. And equals day of that cell there returns me the day portion, which is 8. All 3 of those formulas can then be replicated to do exactly the same for each cell on the left here. So it pulls out the year, pulls out the month, pulls out the day. Just like time, we can then actually concatenate those time elements and turn them back into a date by using the date function. Equals date, and you can see it requires 3 portions, the year, the month, and the day. So year, comma, month, comma, day, return, and these should all be exactly the same as the first column. So we replicate to the bottom, just need to widen slightly, and they are exactly the same date as the cells on the left. So time elements can be extracted for all the time elements, hour, minute, and seconds, reconstituted back into time using the time function, and dates are the same. They can be broken down into 3 elements of year, month, and day, and then effectively reconstituted back into a date using the date function.